What's going on, everyone? So Alex Fudge yesterday got the two-way contract, which was something that I personally thought was very foreseeable. I think if you watch Summer League, it was something that was just Cole Schwider wasn't very good outside of shooting the three ball, and Alex Fudge showed a lot of promise, right? Definitely raw, don't get me wrong. He's a guy that needs some development. He's probably good 2, maybe 3 years away from really being like a quality rotation guy, but he has all the tools, all the intangibles. He's 6'9", he's got a 7-foot wingspan. Like, he's young, he's only 20 years old. So you could spend the next 5 years developing Alex Fudge, and he would be the age of Cole Schwider by the time he's done. So the Lakers have plenty of time with him. And he's a guy, like I said, in previous conversations and videos and stuff, and just talking with all of you, Alex Fudge has the potential to be a Jared Vanderbilt 2.0. And very likely, my guess is that is what the Lakers try to mold him into. A elite level defensive guy who can hopefully shoot better than Jared Vanderbilt. Now, it's not a knock on Jared Vanderbilt. We will see, right? He is working diligently and just nonstop like a madman, trying to develop that corner three specifically. Since the Lakers picked up his option, he's been working hard, working with Phil Handy. He was even in Japan with Rui Hachimura, working on his game. Gotta love to see that. And I love that Jared Vanderbilt's working on that. And hopefully if he develops any type of just reasonable three-point shot, not even elite, nothing, just give me league average, which is like 35%. Give me that, and dude, the guy is going to be terrifying. That's what I think that they evolve Alex Fudge into. Now, Alex Fudge is a little more balanced than Jared Vanderbilt was coming in, right? Alex Fudge is actually really good at creating for himself. He just hasn't developed the shot, right? Like, Jared Vanderbilt even struggles a little bit with that. You know, like if you kick it out to the corner, Jared Vanderbilt will give you the pump fake and then make a hard drive to the basket, right? Run baseline, try to get up, right? But if you do that to him at like the top of the key or something like that, he kind of struggles to really, he needs to work on his handles, right? Jared Vanderbilt needs to work on several things, right? His shooting, his handles, preferably his passing ability, because if Jared Vanderbilt could become a better passer, then he could be like a Lamar Odom 2.0, especially if he grew a couple inches, but also just his ball handling and his catching, right? Catching the ball. How many times did Jared Vanderbilt just not catch the ball or fumbled the ball when he had like a wide open lane? So I think Alex Fudge, they kind of mold into those things, and Alex Fudge already has some of the tools that are already a little more advanced than Jared Vanderbilt was at that time. Now, Jared Vanderbilt, though, is an elite level defensive guy. Jared Vanderbilt might be top 5 in the league as like a one-on-one defensive player, perimeter defensive guy. Now, Alex Fudge, if he can ever even become half of what Jared Vanderbilt is on the defensive end, that would be just a grand slam out of the park, right? So Alex Fudge really, he needs to work on that, but he has the tools, right? He has the foot speed, he has the length, he has the athleticism, he has all the tools and intangibles that Jared Vanderbilt has that could make Alex Fudge a quality two-way player. Alex Fudge also has a better looking shot too, and a shot that I just think he needs the reps and just kind of fix the little hitches in it. But he's not a guy that has this like weird, awkward looking, like he can shoot the ball. And he had his moments. He absolutely had his moments shooting the ball. And we saw his ability to get to the rim, right? He was taking guys off the dribble. He was high motor. Like I said, he was able to just get the ball at the top of the key and go from one point to the other. That was really nice. A guy that could go coast to coast. We saw him go coast to coast a couple times. We saw him kind of make plays and pass and make some nice dishes to others. Again, not saying he's a perfect player. He, as I mentioned earlier, he's probably a couple years away from really blossoming into a rotation piece for the Lakers. But Alex Fudge is a guy that the Lakers were very high on, worked them out several times, brought him in on Exhibit 10, and he, I believe, earned that two-way contract. He's a guy that I absolutely believe can within 2, maybe 3 years be a real rotation piece for the Lakers. And just imagine him and Jared Vanderbilt together. Like if Alex Fudge can just become, again, like I said, half of what Jared Vanderbilt is. Imagine you as a player getting just clamped by Jared Vanderbilt, and then Jared Vanderbilt ends up subbing out of the game, and you're like, whew, thank you, man. And then his twin brother, Alex Fudge, ends up coming into the game, and you're just like, come on. Like, this is a joke. Like, it's just, or putting both of them together. I mean, imagine that, especially if both can have like a reasonable 3-point shot, right? Like, you could put him and like put them together, right? So like you could put, say, Fudge or Vando at the 4 and then put the other at the 3, and good luck trying to score on those two. Like, that would be ridiculous. I'm not saying that you'd start both, right? Because I think the starters for the foreseeable future are Rui Hachimura, Anthony Davis, and then Jared Vanderbilt. But doesn't mean you can't go Fudge and Vando on occasion, right? Rui has the night off. You could start them or just run different sets and lineups with those guys out there. Now, you need a playmaker on the court. You need like an Austin Reeves, or if you keep D'Lo, have a D'Lo out there that can kind of distribute and set these guys up, or at least collapse the defense and kick out to these guys. But Alex Fudge, if he can just develop some comparable offensive game, right? Develop some weapons in his arsenal, then he has potential. Because look, I love Jared Vanderbilt. I'm sure everybody watching this who's a Laker fan loves Jared Vanderbilt. Jared Vanderbilt is an absolute fan favorite, absolute home run. I was preaching for the Lakers to get Jared Vanderbilt the whole offseason last year. I said I hated the Utah trade unless you got Jared Vanderbilt in that deal. Turns out that was the best player the Lakers got. I mean, look, D'Lo is really good, but originally D'Lo wasn't even a thought at the time. And so I was like, you have to get Jared Vanderbilt. I love Jared Vanderbilt. But he's not so good that the idea of Alex Fudge maybe even surpassing him and being better is that far-fetched, right? Alex Fudge is only 20 years old. Jared Vanderbilt's 24 now, and Jared Vanderbilt still doesn't have an offensive game. We will see how it looks this season. Maybe it's improved, but last year at 23 years old, he didn't have an offensive game. So if Alex Fudge can, again, be half of what Jared Vanderbilt was defensively, he's 6'9" with some good size, good athleticism, good foot speed, everything you want from a defensive player. So if he can provide, semi-comparable level defense to Jared Vanderbilt, and then just provide some solid quality offense, then the Lakers could have a real deal on their hands. This is also, he also is Florida Gator along with Colin Castleton. So they have a relationship, right? Two guys on a two-way that were teammates and friends, and can kind of, it's nice to have that, right? Because now you have that brother in arms. You have that chemistry. You have that relationship. You can push each other, right? You can, hey man, like I'm doing this extra workout. You're coming with. Like, dude, I'm tired, man. I don't care. You're coming with. Let's go. You get that guy that pushes you and makes you, go past your ceiling, right? Let's jump into that hyperbolic time chamber. Let's go. Come on, Gohan. Like, we need stuff like that. Like, it's great to have that teammate that you can just kind of rely on, that buddy, the buddy system, right? And so Alex Fudge having Colin Castleton, I think, will also help him as well and kind of push both of them together. And Alex Fudge, being as young as he is, gives a lot of hope, a lot of promise, and a lot of upside. And it really allows the Lakers to develop him into what they want and see him as for this roster, right? Because you kind of have an understanding of what the post-LeBron roster will look like, right? You got Rui, like I said. Hopefully you can keep Cam Reddish. Got Maxwell Lewis. You could use another Jared Vanderbilt style player. So you develop him on the defensive end and then just develop some type of offensive game. Then the Lakers could have a legit 3-and-D type rotation forward Maybe it also would give the Lakers Jared Vanderbilt insurance, right? Because Jared Vanderbilt's going to be due for a new contract. Does a team end up trying to overpay for him just to steal him from the Lakers? That's always a possibility, right? Or, later on down the road, let's say the Lakers are able to sign him to a new contract, right? Let's say they sign him to, 4 years, $60 million, something like that, right? And then after those 4 years, let's say he leaves. He's like, hey, I'm done. Like, I want to go elsewhere. I want to explore stuff. Well, at least you got Alex Fudge as a replacement. Or if Rui, right, when Rui's contract's up, if he's not ready to renew, because by the time Rui's contract's up, Alex Fudge should be ready to step into a bigger, more kind of prominent role. And so if, for whatever reason, Rui decides to leave, at least you're not like, well, now what? Now what do we do? It's like, well, Alex Fudge is ready, 6'9", maybe even grows a couple inches because he's only 20, right? And all these Lakers seem to keep growing, and Max Christie and Jared Vanderbilt. So if that happens, maybe the Lakers luck out again. And, it just, again, it gives the Lakers a little insurance. You can't have too many 6'9" defensive wings, right? So I think it's a great position for the Lakers to be in. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? What do you think of him? First off, what do you think the Lakers kind of mold him into? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below.